Hello Tokusatsu community and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today we are going to be taking a look at something very special, the Super Sentai Encyclopedia book that just recently came out about a week or two ago. And this thing is pretty amazing. If you are in any way a fan of Super Sentai or Power Rangers to an extent as well, you're going to love this book. So this was something that, when it first popped up on listings and everything, I was like, I think I'm probably going to need that. But then they started doing these preview pictures for it and everything. And I was like, okay, there's no way I'm not going to be able to buy this. I have to get this. Of course, it is a pretty hefty book. So the shipping prices and everything like that, it's not the most cheapest book in the world. It retails for 3630 yen. So that's about $35-ish. And that's before import, international shipping, stuff like that. So I think in the grand total, I got mine for Tokollectibles for $55. I thought that was pretty respectable. I don't know if they have any left, but I know Amazon Japan has it, although there's kind of a waiting list for it because this book is very popular. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So I guess the best way to do this would be to zoom out a bit because it is kind of big. So basically, it comes in this beautiful slipcase that shows Aka Ranger on the front there from, of course, Go Ranger. On the spine, you get Zenkaiger, who's also shown out here, so that's cool. And on the back, you get Engino from Go Ranger. So this is just like a paper sleeve thing. The book is keeping it wrapped around, but just kind of talking about information of it. So full disclosure, I can't read Japanese, so to be honest, this is more of just a picture book to me. I can't read anything in it, unfortunately, but it's really cool nonetheless. So this is I believe this is the publisher, Gakken down there. They're the ones on their Twitter account who have been, I'll put a really quick montage of them up here. They posted these preview pictures, one for every single Sentai on their Twitter leading up to the release of the book. And so that's really what got me into okay, I have to have this. But you slide the book out here and you get this beautiful picture of Deca Master, this nice profile shot of him there. And on the back, you get the live man doing the finisher attack. So that's really, really cool right there. And you get this hefty book. So I'm going to adjust the camera angle a little bit here. And we are going to go ahead and dive into this and talk about some of the coolest aspects of it. All right, so before we dive in, I first want to just say shout out to Tokollectibles. They threw in some little Zenkaiger chocolates for the campaign thing. This is what you have to buy to get those campaign chocolates. And they're throwing in, I believe, the ones obviously didn't win anything into orders. So thank you for that. Those will be good. But of course, we're going to dive into this. So this book is just incredible. And obviously, I want you guys to go out and buy this book. You guys should go buy it. So I'm not going to show every single page clearly. But there are some highlights that I really wanted to point out here. So we're going to take a look at kind of the structure of the book. And then I'm going to point out some things because now, when it comes to negative things, and this is not I'm not trying to bash on the book here. This book is extremely comprehensive. So when it comes to nitpicking it, I'm going to be nitpicking. It's going to be some minor things because it's really hard to say anything bad about this book. But diving into it, the front cover there, when you open it up, has all of the swords and rods, or at least the vast majority of them, from numerous different Sentais. So you have Sun Vulcan all the way up here, Time Ranger, let's just look around here, Ginga Man, Maji Ranger, Jew Ranger. So this is really cool. And it's updated too to even have the most recent stuff. So where's Kira Major here? I know I saw them somewhere. I think they might be in the back. Because on the back is the kind of the opposite. It is the blasters, the guns and the blasters. So there's Kira Major. And then you have Zenkaiger holding the Geartliner. So that makes sense. So this is awesome. I love that already. So it's first, you're not even technically in the book yet, and this book is already awesome. So you get information about it there. And this is a very nice page quality. It feels like a textbook or something. It's nice and thick, and it's great. The way they have it broken down in here is that they have them broken down in categories, kind of like how the Geartliner does it. Not the same exact categories, but so that they're not in numerical order in terms of the teams. So the first grouping here has Go Ranger, Jacka, Battle Fever, Sun Vulcan, Changeman, Ginga Man, or wait, no, that's not Ginga Man. Jetman, O Ranger, Mega Ranger, Time Ranger, Go Busters, and then some extra categories there, which we'll get into, and Pato Ranger. So things like that. And then, I mean, it's grouped in like certain ways you would think. Like over here, all the dinosaur teams are in one grouping. So, you know, G Ranger, Ava Ranger, Kyoryuger, and Ryu Soldier. Makes sense. So, yeah, you can see here, I'll just page through this part. You can see where your favorite Sentais are. And then there are some cool extra pages in here that I do want to talk about. And then you kind of cap it off with this beautiful picture from the Zenkaiger movie with all of the reds down there. So, and then in here, you just kind of get a brief idea of like how do they structure things, because every single season in here basically has two different page setups. You have the first page, which introduces you to the team and also shows you like the suits from the team. And then their next page, or at the end of the category, somewhere near that, will be a page on all of their mecha. And you can see here, it will show every possible combination they use in Ninja as an example here. So the teams will continue onto multiple pages if they need to. You'll see all the different forms of everyone, and then all the different possible mecha combinations. So then from there, you get into the first category, Solidarity. Now, from here, I'm going to stop showing every page. I'm just going to kind of go through some of it. I'll show the categories, and then I'll kind of get to my minor nitpicks. Jumping to Go Busters is a pretty good idea of how comprehensive this is. So you get these little categories down here about extra heroes. In this case, Pink Buster actually gets a mention. She was from one-off episode of Go Busters, and it's really cool that she's in here. But you know what's even cooler? V-Cinema stuff is in here too. So you have a whole special page spread for the Dobutsu Sentai Go Busters from the Returns movie, and Pink Cat makes an appearance there too. I mean, if Pink Buster is on the regular team, of course, Pink Cat would be on the Dobutsu team. So, and then of course they even have Stag Buster filling in for Silver Stag since he was on both teams. And those little power-ups that they even got right here, which is awesome. So the second category is Progress, which is kicked off here with Goggle 5. Alright, so right here is a perfect example of one of the mecha pages here with one of my personal favorite sets of mecha, Bokenger's Arsenal. I love the Bokenger ones a lot. So I really like what they do here. It's really nice to follow. So, you know, you have the vehicles right here, and then they show the vehicles can combine into that kind of tank mode, or they can combine to make Daiboken. And then you can combine Daiboken with Voyager to have him ride it. You know, there's really cool arrows that kind of just guide you through everything here. And I love that a lot. And what's really cool is that here you get like the base, you know, the main combinations, Daitanken, Ultimate Daiboken, you know, things like that. But then the following page shows all of the different like extra combinations. So, you know, when the mixer and the drill was on Siren Builder, or, you know, when just the drill was on Daiboken or something. Extremely comprehensive. And here's another perfect example of some deep cuts. The Super Sentai flame effect things that went on to Dai Voyager during Bokenger versus Super Sentai, that's here. It's a combination that they count. Inheritance. So these are going to be a lot of our ninja teams. So we're going to start here with Kaka Ranger, so that's pretty cool. Something interesting is Dark Akaninja is included as kind of a form for Akaninja in the Ninja category, not his own Ranger. I would technically consider him his own thing. They also, over here, have like the 3 different reds as their own thing, so... And then I will get into one of my little nitpicks here. Now, I feel like I kind of understand the answer to this already. I'm assuming it's because of some kind of issue with being multiple franchises, but whenever there was like some kind of combination or some kind of crossover thing with Kamen Rider, it's not here. So, for example, perfect example, right here you see all the different forms of Shurikenjin. So, you know, you get the Dragon, Pound Maru, UFO Maru, you know, stuff like that. There is a combination in the, Superhero Tyson GP, which was Trideron Maru. Trideron Maru, not mentioned at all. And the combination of Shurikenjin Trideron, not here at all. So that's unfortunate. And of course, I don't need to go to it, but that's the same case with the Tokyo Kyoryujin featuring Denliner. They don't even have the Kyoryuger Russia in here, let alone the Denliner. So that stuff's not here, unfortunately. I think it would have been really cool for it to be here, but it's not. So, you know, it's still very comprehensive, though. Another thing that is not included is Hyper Battle DVD stuff. So while V-Cinemas and crossover films are all in here, the Hyper Battle stuff is not. So for a perfect example, in a Hyper Battle DVD for Shinkenger, Shinken Gold got to use the Hyper Jacket, the red one with the Kyoryu Maru, and they only ever show him with the Super Jacket, which happened in Ghost Ager versus Shinkenger, and they don't show him with the Hyper. So What is cool, though, is that they have a separate... So, most fans would consider, Princess Shinken Red as her own thing. I would, too, just like Zenkaiger. But they also include the very first Shinken Red as a separate Shinkenger as well. So, that's pretty cool. I never would have considered that there. But also, Shinken Brown's here, so everything is rectified. Because Shinken Brown is the best. Evolution. Alright, there's MMPR. Moving on. Symbiosis, which is going to be kind of our mystical team, starting with Ranger. So one thing I want to point out is, so it's interesting, certain teams, like for actually a perfect example, Hurricaneger and Deckaranger have their 10 years after stuff in here. So Hurricaneger had Hurricane Dark on their page, and the Deckarangers have those evil swap modes of red and yellow. But Anger 10 years after is not included here in every way. I mean, I'm pretty sure that is from Anger 10 years after, but as long as I might just not be seeing it, but I don't see Engino G7 here, which was a combination from 10 years after. I don't think it's here. I could honestly just be missing it, but I see G9, G6, G12, the different arm swaps, and it doesn't continue any more than that. Gosei Green's here though, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't understand why that's not here when other 10 years after stuff is. Expansion. Alrighty, my favorite Sentai, Zenkaiger, is here. So, like I said, High Brow DVD stuff not here, so Gokai Red Gold Mode, no. However, Gold Mode was used in Psycho Battle, so I don't understand why it's not here for him here. To be honest though, the Tokyuger page doesn't have the standalone Hyper Tokyu Go-Go either, so Psycho Battle is not mentioned at all. But, this beautiful artwork of Aka Red, and then this page is just really cool. You get this amazing diagram of Aka Red up here with showing the 30, the 35, and the 40 and how his belt buckle changes. And then you get this whole thing about a bunch of different extra heroes, which Ryo is here, but Melee doesn't make any appearance in this book as far as I can remember, or as far as I see. She's not on the Gekken Ranger page or anything. And then you get this little blurb down here about Akiba Ranger. So not focused on too heavily, but they are in here, which is definitely really, really cool. One interesting error is that Gokai Christmas is here, but the Zenkaiger symbol is missing from the chest. I don't really know how that happened. And then finally here we have our our current Sentai, Zenkaiger is here. So of course this book is already out of date technically because Tsukaiser and Zenkai Red are not in here, but it's fine. This book is always, of course, is always going to become out of date very quickly because of just how Sentai works. So, but this is pretty cool. You get our Zenkaigers, and instead of like forms, you just show their Kikainoid modes. So that's pretty sweet. And then of course there is even the mecha page for them, into the different combinations between the mecha and everything. And then from there, it's really just a bunch of like helpers and mentors and stuff. And then it's pretty much just an index from there. And that is the Super Sentai Encyclopedia. And it is definitely quite an amazing thing. Alright, well that is going to do it for taking a look at the Super Sentai Encyclopedia book that just released here. Now also one thing I want to mention, mine didn't come with this because I think it's a certain store promotion thing in Japan, but certain stores in Japan were selling this with a bookmark featuring a Red Ranger and on the back a little bit of information about the team. And I think they were kind of randomized or exclusive to a certain store or something. So I'll put a picture of them up here now. They did make all 45 Sentais. So I know some people tracked them all down, and that's, wow, big dedication there. But yeah, I don't even know how you could possibly get one of those unless you lived in Japan. If I could find them somehow, I'd love to track them down or something, but they were pretty cool. But yeah, that's just one thing I want to mention because that is, in association with this book. But that's all I have to say about it. It's pretty amazing. I mean, if you love I'm a person who loves like diagrams and collections of things. If my Lightning Logbook project, I like just groups of information, putting things together like that. And so this is right up my alley. I mean, it's amazing. Like I said, I can't read it, but so I'm sure there's an awesome amount of information in there. But just the pictures alone, we get our first clear looks at a lot of things in there that we only had bad pictures of before, or not the greatest quality of or something. And so many new pictures are here, so much amazing artwork, and I love it. So I highly, highly recommend it if you are a Super Sentai fan, or like I said, also if you're a Power Rangers fan. I mean, obviously every Power Rangers team is in here for the most part, except for our exclusive stuff. But you know, if it was in Power Rangers, there is, you know, pages on the Zords and everything. Obviously, it's all on its Sentai names, of course, but, you know, it does technically do double duty with that. So that's all I have to say for this. I will leave the Amazon Japan link in the description below if you guys would like to pick this up yourselves. Hopefully, it's still in stock, and hopefully it doesn't take too long to ship. I know there was, like I said, a kind of a delay on it, but alright, I'm done talking now. Thank you guys for watching this video. Of course, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. I'll see you all next time on Toku Topics, and until then, Super Sentai forever.